For those of you that are new here or do not yet know, my name is Otsemba Miriam Elizabeth, and I recently graduated from Makerere University with a master's in journalism and communication. My course was 2 years and I was a self-paying student. The experience that I had made me think, oh my God, I wish there was a place I had gone to research. Maybe if I just Googled and seen a video that is relevant to me as a self-paying student, I think maybe it would have prepared me somewhere for the journey that I was embarking on. That was back in 2020. So here are 7 lessons that I learned from my journey, and I hope that they can make your journey easier or prepare you a bit better mentally and psychologically if you're planning to embark on a master's degree journey as a self-paying young adult in Uganda or East Africa. Maybe even Africa, it could be relevant. The first lesson is the most obvious, which is your research topic. From my experience, I realized that this is something that people stress about a lot. From before you apply, you're already thinking about what should my research project be about. And then when you apply and you go through and you get into class, from your very first day, you're thinking about what your research topic will be. And the biggest lesson I learned is your research topic does not have to be so far-fetched. It doesn't have to be so far from who you are, from your passions, the things that you love, the essence of who you are, the things that make you you. What are the things that you love to do? What are things that your friends have told you love to do? Sometimes when you go to do your master's, you've had some experience in the field as a working person. What are those things that you find yourself inclined to? You can easily waste a lot of time in trying to find topics that have words that are really, popular and academically known or acceptable. And yet sometimes you are into fashion, or you are into travel, you are into making beads, you're into working with creatives, the community around you, the community you're currently working in, the things that you're passionate about that come easy and natural to you, those things you'd never think will translate into an academic project, they actually can be. In fact, that is the essence of doing a master's degree. It's the fact that you are adding onto a body of knowledge. We are different voices speaking about the same topic from a unique experience and perspective, in the ways you're gifted, in the ways you're skilled, in the things you're knowledgeable about, or the things that come easy to you. Please don't look very far. Which brings me to my point number 2, which is your supervisor is neither your friend nor your enemy. They are a doctor or a professor, and they are so for a reason, and you need to utilize that. 1, they're not your friend, so you need to know when to shut up and when to speak up. That means sometimes you're going to choose to lose certain battles and just give them that respect they deserve. As someone has read books for over 10 years and sometimes may say things that you do not agree with and whatever, or bash at you for reasons you feel like this is really unfair, it's not my fault. My friend, you need to graduate and you need to get your topic done. So choose your battles wisely. But also, they are not your enemy, because they actually do need you to graduate. They want you to graduate, but they also need you to graduate because their name is going to be on your faces. Their name is also at stake, and their reputation. If they're a doctor, probably they're trying to get into professor level. So definitely, they are here for you and they do want you to graduate, but they're also not your friend, which means they have the capacity to frustrate you if you don't choose your battles wisely. They have enough academic experience to shape your world ideas. Going back to point number 1, you don't have to find something that sounds academically correct. Find something you're passionate about, bring it to your supervisor, and trust the fact that they can use their academic experience to turn your very wild idea about your love for plants, your love for interior decor, your love for memes on social media, your love for TikTok, your love for Twitter. Trust the fact that because they are a doctor and they have all this academic experience, they can nurture your crazy idea into an academic perspective, and you'll end up with an academic project that you actually are very passionate about. On that note, therefore, point number 3 is that it does help if you are passionate about the research project that you end up doing. Imagine you come up with some topic like democratizing Africa or decolonization or whatever, because it sounded really important and academic in your perspective, and yet it's something you're really not passionate about, doesn't get you out of bed, doesn't come easy to you. It will be harder for you, and it will make it easier for you to just stop the journey and give up and move on. Lesson number 4 is progress over perfection. I made the mistake of wanting to have the perfect thing before I submit it, or wanting to get the perfect time, the perfect moment, because as a young adult, you are juggling social life, work life, then now school life, but also you're being your own parent, so you have to raise the money to pay for your own tuition, but then you're also a leader in different aspects of your life. So you have all these things that you're juggling, and then you feel like you're going to have a perfect moment to write the perfect paragraph. Or you end up going beyond the deadline that your supervisor gave you because you're still trying to get that chapter to be perfect. Put those words together on paper. In addition to that is write something every day. If you go to your supervisor and then they tell you, so now go write chapter 1 and you have 4 weeks to write it, please write something every day. Even if you write one imperfect paragraph, write something every day. What that helps you with is it's going to keep your topic fresh in your mind. You will not forget your topic, because when you go back and keep the work and wait for the perfect moment when you're going to have like 6 hours to sit down, by the time you sit down, you're going to spend like the first 2-3 of those hours trying to remember where you stopped, what your topic is about. Like, you will be stressed and discouraged from actually revisiting your work, because every time you think about it, you don't really recall where you stopped. You're like, I don't know where I stopped, because it's been like 3 weeks without you looking at your work. So it's going to actually be a bigger hurdle for you to get it done. But if you just listen and say, I write something every day, it means by the time you go to bed, you know you stopped at this paragraph. It's harder to forget because you have short spans and you're checking on your work in regular intervals. So progress over perfection in terms of do something every day, put a little building block, even if you write just one paragraph, but it was thought through, things like that. Or sometimes just put things together and take them to supervisor and get all this feedback. But then the thing is, you're progressing, you're keeping your deadlines, and you're also building a relationship of trust where your supervisor knows that if I tell her 2 weeks, it's going to be 2 weeks. It will not be 4 weeks. So then they're able to work together with you, because at the end of the day, when you submit the final book that you think is perfect, you're going to go for your viva and examiners are going to go through your book and you're still going to do corrections. You have enough resources available at your disposal to get the perfect book in the end. So point number 5 relates to point number 4, which is about progress, not perfection. But this one is in terms of finances. If you are a self-paying student, again, progress over perfection. Get your 500,000 shillings and go deposit it on your student account. Get your 200,000 shillings and go deposit on your student account. You have 2 years for this master's, so you could give yourself a payment plan from the beginning of your first year and say every month, I'm going to deposit 500,000 on my account, or 300,000, depending on what your income flow is like. But in a situation where you wait for the perfect time, you're going to get 5 million and put it there at once, you're going to surprise yourself. By the time you're graduating, your book is ready for graduation, everything is ready, you're approved, and then they give you this bid of like 8 million Uganda shillings to clear. And usually that happens towards the end where you have like 1 or 2 months to graduation, and you cannot figure out how to raise a lump sum in those 2 months, yet you could keep breaking it down from the beginning. The other thing I did learn is the fact that it was less about the academics and more about testing your resilience and your character. It will shape your character, whether you like it or not. You will learn how to be firm. You will learn how to not take things personally. You learn how to take feedback. You learn how to stand on your ideas and defend them. So I feel like it's an experience that shapes you as an all-around. It's more than just doing this topic and passing. And finally, make friends with your classmates, your course mates, because the people you are doing your master's degree with, the caliber and class of people is different from the people that you met at your undergrad. In your master's class, you are sitting with employers, you're sitting with employees, with business owners, you're sitting with leaders in industries, and most likely it's in the industry that you're interested in. So for example, in my comms class, I'm still in class with PR professionals, with communication officers, with people who actually procure documentary services that I do. So smell the coffee around you, see the value of the people in your class, and maintain a relationship with them. It's a long journey. It can be lonely, but it is very possible. It's very doable. Thousands and millions of people around the world have done it. It's very easy for the journey to become stressful, to be draining for your mental health. The depression can actually sleep in, because your supervisor is going to be tough on you because they want to get the best out of you. It's like refining gold and it has to go through fire, because they're trying to get a whole book out of you, out of an idea that you just had. Please do not take the comments or the words that you get from your supervisors, do not take them personally, take them professionally. Pick the knowledge that is working for you, and also remember to be firm, because you know what you're interested in. Their part as a supervisor is to help you give direction to your ideas, not for them to give you their own idea and turn you into who they want or what they want. So you have to be firm. Let me know if this was helpful, and if you have any other ideas or lessons on how someone can best prepare for their master's journey, especially as a self-paying student in the global south in Uganda, please feel free to share in the comments. Until next time, see you. Bye.